So I bought the Ultimate Edition for Cities Skylines II, which unlocks the San Francisco pack. And here's the map you start with for that. So you get to build in this square over here. And then way over here is what I guess is the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes, that is in fact the Golden Gate Bridge. Anyway, so we're building in this square, and I thought a fun challenge to kind of test the mechanics of the game and basically just to see, you know, kind of how traffic works is we would build on one road only, and that one road would have to be a straight road, and we can have it going anywhere in this square, but I believe we do have to have some buildings connected to the water, so we have to build a road next to the water. So like here, I guess, is where we'll go. For building the road, we do get XP, and as you're doing things, you get XP, which can unlock other buildings, I guess, later on, which is kind of a cool system. And alright, so we got our road built. We now need to build power, I guess, which I did not do the tutorial, so this might be a little bit of a fail when it comes to setting up the power system. I'm seeing we have wind turbines, which cost 15k a month and give you anywhere from 0 to 5 megawatts of energy, whereas the small coal power plant gives 20 megawatts and it costs 70k a month, but it does put out pollution, which is not ideal, especially if we're only able to build on one road. One would think you would not want too much pollution in this area. If we go for the wind turbine, I guess we don't have to place it on the road, so we should maybe just put that somewhere where there's a lot of air going, which these arrows are, I guess, are telling us the direction of the wind. I would think you'd want it on a hill, like over here maybe. Oh, that's an area that we can build. I would say just put this over in an area that we're not going to build, like here. And because this is low voltage, we can transport the power using electric cables, which is low voltage power. And the power line capacity is 80 megawatts, which is way higher than how many megawatts this whatchamacallit is. Let's make sure we have that connected, by the way, which doesn't look like it is. I guess we don't want to build it right on top of the wind turbine. We want to build it like here, I guess, and connect it back to where we're gonna set up our city. We also need a water pumping station, which we'll set up right over here. And the deeper in the water we put it, the more water output. 100,000 water output versus over here is like 60,000. It says road required, which I think means we have to build a small road to connect it, which is okay. We'll build it like here, I guess, and then build a small road out, which is feeling the challenge already, but we have to connect it with the road, so that's what we'll do. This actually could mess things up too, because what's going to happen when we put that road here? Looks like it's going to put an intersection here, which could be a problem, I would say, right? Or like what my idea was is we'd have a one-way going this way to the water pumping station, and then I think I could have had a road connecting back to the main road, and that might have been really efficient, because if you look at how traffic's going to go, they're just basically going to turn off onto the road, and then the road's going to lead back to the main road, and then they're going to turn back onto the main road, which I don't think would have slowed down traffic at all, but for some reason it just wasn't clicking for me, so I just ended up building one road going to the water pumping station, which shouldn't actually be that big of a deal anyways, because how much traffic is a water pumping station really going to have? If we click on the water station, we can see that there is some noise pollution that's going to affect citizen well-being, so one would think we'd want our residential not to be anywhere near that. I would say residential probably shouldn't be near the front either though, because that's where the most traffic is going to be, right? So we'd want residential to be up here, I guess. We don't have much room for residential up here, but we'll just plop it down like so. Looks like different zones are separated by roads, or maybe what we should do is just have industrial up here and then here as well. And if that's generating pollution, which it probably is because it's, you know, factories and stuff, that pollution is going away from everything. And then we'll have residential here, I guess, is fine. And then commercial will be here. And right now that's really all we can do. So we'll just get our first achievement. Build city with residential, commercial, and industrial zones. And we need electricity for our water pumping station. What I'm guessing is we need more wind turbines. And that is in fact wrong. We did not need more wind turbines, but I did end up building 2 more and that didn't work. So I went and did the tutorial like I should have done in the first place and figured out what the actual problem was. You need to go down in elevation with these power lines. And you can connect it back to the main one, or I'm not sure if actually I can connect it. I should be able to, right? Okay, well, I don't know how to connect it to the overground power line, but we don't need to. We can just have it go underground to get back to the road. As long as the road has power, then It looks like we're good. We just need to set up a sewage system now. And then we do have 2 power lines, so we should connect them both actually. Or we have 3 wind turbines actually. Let's connect to all 3 wind turbines. Now for the sewage system, which I did do the tutorial for that. We'll do the sewage outlet that's going directly out to our water that we're pumping to give people water. I feel like we shouldn't put this right next to our water pump, right? I would think that's just a bad idea. The arrows are showing us where the water's headed. So maybe our water pump should be behind the sewage system. So if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that this is the only place to build the sewage system unless we want to put it on land. I guess we probably should have had the water pumping station like way back here and the sewage station up here, but we do want to only have 1 road if possible with the challenge. So we'll just put them right next to each other and we'll see how that pans out. We'll put it on this side because I feel like the water current's kind of going this direction. So if we put the sewage pump over here, maybe our water will not be contaminated. If it is, then, you know, it's a valuable learning lesson. We also have to have sewage pipes connecting it to our main pipe network thing. And as long as it's connected to a road, I think we're good. We unpause and we should be fine with sewage. Yeah, we are. The only problem we now have is these guys are paying high rent, which is completely fine for San Francisco. I say we just let them get used to paying the high rents, and eventually it will become normalized and they won't be complaining anymore when they spend 90% of their paycheck on the rent. It'll just be the new normal type of deal. So I let it run for a little while and the residential mainly started building up. Not so much on the commercial and the industrial though. And then if we zoom in a little bit, we can see some trucks coming in. And they're heading over to our industrial district. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of lag here. I need to upgrade my PC. It is going on full power right now in the background. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the fan, but it is going hard. But yeah, so we got our industrial buildings going. People are at work. And what is going on over here? Got a little accident. That truck drove to the other one. And this truck is driving through the wall, which is definitely putting out some damage on the walls. And this one's driving through that truck. And that one just disappeared. I don't know what the heck that maneuver is. That is like some next level trucking maneuver that has never been seen before. This one as well. I'm not sure, you know, what these trucks are made out of, but it seems to be some type of material that can go through walls and objects, which is pretty fantastic. It's gonna make for some really efficient truck driving, I guess. They can just drive through objects, and that's gonna really help our congestion. Because if there's a traffic jam, then, you know, they can just drive through the traffic. It's not a big deal. So far you can see the roads are clear. And we have 35 people, despite the fact that it seems like we have way more houses than what 35 people would be living in. There's a dude over here, Percy Kensington, their employer at Fatty Bites, which is a commercial building. We can see where that is. Fatty Bite is back here. And it's a burger joint, one would assume. Although, where's the entrance to this place? This does not look like a very inviting building. And I wonder if my graphics settings are not good enough to be able to see like the signs and stuff. You can see my graphics high, high, high. Everything's high, so I don't think we're missing out on much when it comes to graphics. Hope nothing's been stuttering so far. I feel like there's a pretty good possibility that there's been a little bit of stuttering on my recording, not during the gameplay. And I'll only know later if there was stuttering once I'm doing the editing. And Fatty Bite is actually a industrial building, not a commercial. So I guess this is just something that manufactures the burgers, and then they get sent over to the commercial places. Like, what do we got over here? Interior design. You can see it's got like the signs and it looks more inviting. It's not open, I don't think. And here we go, milestone 1 unlocked. We get 600,000, which is quite a lot. We started with 500,000, and we get some other stuff. You can see the progression panel. We got a loan limit unlocked, and a bunch more stuff unlocked, which I guess we can just check out down here. We can build a medical clinic for 105,000 a month upkeep. What? Although, to be fair, this thing's probably going to generate us 3 times that, because if you didn't know, the medical industry is the most profitable industry in America. So one would think we'd want to build one of these just right away, right? Before we do that, since we got a level up, we can unlock one of these perks, which we don't want to do anything with roads, because we only can build 1 road. Maybe we could do some parking, but other than that, probably want to leave roads as is. With 1 point, we can unlock the emergency battery station, which reduces negative effects buildings suffer when there's no electricity. Or we could save for the gas power plants, which requires 2 points. And this is more cost effective, I guess. For 2 points, we could also go for the water treatment plant. Should probably be good for our current water system, as we have the sewage pump and the water pump right next to each other. We can also unlock the crematorium for 1 point, or the hospital for 2. I would say go for the hospital for sure to just extract money out of people. And then I guess to get some money, we could go for the recycling center, which allows us to sell recycled materials to other places, I guess. Or the incinerator burns garbage and generates electricity, but produces pollution as well. I'm not really feeling like we need anything right now, so probably just save our development points. Maybe try to get that hospital set up. I'm really gonna be thinking that's gonna be the best for our income, especially in San Francisco. One can only imagine the hospital prices would be just insane. Because we now upgraded to a tiny village, we have different types of demand for densities. We have pretty high demand for medium density residential and low density residential, which I think medium density just means it's going to be more densely populated. So actually just set that up over here. And we can actually set it up between the commercial zones. So let's put one here, and you can see like these are still commercial, which I did not know that was the case. But I guess because the buildings are already built, then you can do that. But after placing those down, the demand's going down. So we'll stop changing the zones for now. And I guess we can just watch them set up the medium density housing for now. Or maybe we should set up the landfill, which costs 30K a month upkeep. Jeez. And then yeah, we should set up the medical clinic as well. Just wondering where we build those is the only thing. I guess we'll build the medical center like here. Is that connected to the road? I don't think it is. Oh, lag. Yeah, it's definitely not connected. I think I'll have to demolish that, and we get 45K back. We did spend 60K on it, so we lose 15K, which is not that big of a deal. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of traffic going in and out of the medical center, so I feel like putting an intersection here, for example, is gonna be a bit problematic when it comes to traffic. I know we're only supposed to build one road, but I think we're gonna have to build a road going out to it. Can we build a road going like this, maybe going underground, and have like a little tunnel basically going back? Then we bring it back up like so, bring it back around. That's kind of a steep turn. I'm not sure if that's good. Like so. Is that connected? No, I don't think so. We have to have it connected to like the entrance, right? Okay, I don't like that road system. I'm just gonna demolish the whole thing and start over with that. I wonder, can we demolish this road and then have it go down like so and then connect like that? Would that work? I don't think that works, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything just now. Or wait, I did do something. It connects over here and it just goes down like very steeply though. That's kind of a hazard, to be honest. Like, that is so steep. Imagine ambulances trying to go down that steep road. Like, okay, this is a pretty good angle, and you can see this is not something that you'd, you know, want your grandma to be driving down. Oh, and there's a dude actually using the thing. Whoa, dude. He's hovering in midair. Whoa, that guy's magical. Maybe we should rename the city Hogwarts, because I've seen some magical things so far. Yeah, we'll rename it some fusion between San Francisco and Hogwarts, because there's too much magical stuff going on. I will say there is another entrance over here that's looking pretty doable. So just tell grandma to use this entrance, not the back one. They're telling us to set up the cemetery, which I guess we'll do right across the road from the medical clinic, just for maximum efficiency. So I don't feel like a lot of people are going to survive that drop going into the medical clinic. Yeah, we got the cemetery set up over here, which I feel like was pretty expensive because we did have to build up the land back here. I feel like it was more expensive to do that, right? Build it like that. 114,000 versus over here would be 114,000. Even though we'd be building it like way higher elevation. We also have not set up a landfill, which we could do right on top of the cemetery, pretty much right next to it, and next to our water supply system. And what's the worst that could happen with that, right? Could build it on this side, or we could just build it right behind the industrial area, but we need a road connecting, which is kind of failing the challenge because we only want to build one road. We'll just build it back here, I guess. It's fine. These industrial places really don't like that crap. I think maybe we'll have to build this way out pretty far because I don't want to lose based on the fact that our only industrial buildings that we have are unhappy because the landfill is right next to them. Well, I will say it is kind of part of the challenge, and we could just see how that pans out. And this thing needs road access, so we'll just build it out a little bit further. Just building on the same road still. It's going one direction, I believe. Yeah, it's still going one direction. Okay. Challenge is still going. Yeah, I guess at this point we just let this thing simulate a bit We are getting more demand for low density residential, but we don't have a whole lot of room for that, if any room, right? We could enlarge the borders of our city though. We want to keep going out towards the water. Can we do that? It's only going to cost us 3,000. Okay, let's definitely do that. The road is going to be going into 2 tiles, that was the only thing. So I'm going to have to buy both the tiles. Guess we should just do it because we don't really have anywhere to go. We're heading towards more water. Maybe what I should end up doing for the next episode is allow us to change the road direction. Like maybe every different tier we can have one new road direction change. So like for example, since we're on the first tier, we would be able to have the road go here and then we could change the direction going back this way. And then on tier 3 we could connect it back to the main highway thing. Could be a cool way to go. And we can actually buy tiles on the main highway, so we could definitely connect it back to the main highway. Part of me is wondering if I should just do each tier as an episode and do this in kind of mini episodes, or maybe at least I could edit what we have up to this point and see if this is enough for an episode.